lettuce, onions, and there's the celery I put in. And there's the remaining celery plants. Hello, I wanted to show you some of the celery that we had, and I picked one this morning. We grew this aquaponically in a floating raft, and let me show you this. Now I pulled this out this morning, and this is celery. And as you can see, it started out in I guess this is a 2.5 inch net cut. And you can see it basically outgrew that quite a bit. Let me show you some close-ups here. See, it outgrew the net cut quite a bit. And you see how this grows. It's like there's 3 or 4 plants in here. It kind of looks like that. But this is only one. And you don't get very, at least we didn't, very fat, thick stalks. Like you see in the grocery store. See, they're kind of thin. But they're very flavorful, very flavorful. And I think the reason you get them big fat stalks in the store is because I was watching a video one time about how they plant them, and I think they let them get, yay tall, and then they chop the tops off, throw that away, and that's why all you get in the store is maybe, if this were the full size, you get it from here down, that's all you get. But anyway, you can see in the aquaponics how healthy the roots were, and we found that the leaves are quite nice too. You can eat them; they're very, very flavorful. Anyway, let me put this back, and there, it barely fits in the refrigerator. But let me put this back, and what we'll do is we'll go outside to the greenhouse, and I'll show you where we grew it. Okay, this is my greenhouse where I picked that stalk of celery from that we saw a little bit ago. And it was grown in here, where this is a series of floating raft, fill and drain, aquaponic type system. Now, let me bring you over here closer so I can show you where I pulled this thing out of. Okay, now, this corner here that's all chewed up, there's still some roots here. This is from one of the other plants. Let me see if I can push them out of there. There we go. Now that one that I pulled out that I showed you by the refrigerator in the house came out of this hole right here, and I had to tear this thing up to get it out of there because, well, as you can see with this one, see there's a small pot. See, the pot's only about that big around, and you can see from this one that it's growing a lot bigger than that. So what happened is it expanded to the point where I had to tear this up to get it out of there. And you can see there's this one here. They're all doing quite nice. This one here. There's a lot of them in here. And if you look back in there, I don't know if you can see this, but there's a lot of celery plants in here. I think there's about 10. And they're all growing quite well. And the point of all this is that celery really does well in an aquaponic and hydroponic environment. Now this is one grow bed that I've got the celery in. Now I've got another one down here. And this one here is in kind of a hotter end of the greenhouse. And as you could see at the beginning, maybe you could see the temperature is nearly 90 degrees, and it's in the evening, so it ought to be cooling down. This greenhouse isn't completely finished yet. I need to get some more cooling in it. So some of these have gone to seed. Now that's a celery plant that's gone to seed. And but these others are doing quite well, even in this environment where it gets rather hot. As you can see here, see these are 3-inch cups, I think. So there's a lot more room, but you can see they're doing quite nicely. They're growing quite well. Probably need to get in here and trim these down. Now one thing I want to do is, you know how lettuce gets very nasty tasting if it has gone to seed. What I want to do is find me a piece of this and pull it off and sample it for you and see how, there's probably one right there, okay. See how it tastes. I pulled a little chunk of celery off of one of those back there that has gone to seed. So here's the taste test. Well, it doesn't taste bad. It tastes rather intense. It's quite stringy though. Actually, the taste is pretty good. If you like celery, this is really strong celery. It doesn't taste bad. Maybe you could juice this or something if you had some celery that went to seed. It tastes pretty good. But you can't really eat it because it is very, very stringy. Anyway, but it tastes good. Now let me try one of these just for comparison. Now, of course, these have not gone to seed. Let me just pull one off here. Let's see how that is. Oh yeah, big difference. This is a lot more moist. There's a lot more. It's not as stringy. It's very, very tender, very delicate. I mean, it does have some stringiness to it, like celery does, but it tastes good, and it's got a lot more moisture to it. I mean, it tastes more like celery. It's still really, really very good. So, there's your taste comparison. Anyway, the thing to take away from this is, if I've helped anybody with anything, is that celery, if you want to do an aquaponic, hydroponic environment, even in a situation I've got where it's really too hot in here, celery does quite well. Celery loves hydroponic, aquaponic, and again, this is an aquaponic setup. There's a fish pond in the corner that feeds all this. So, celery does really well in an environment like this, so if you want to try it, gotta go ahead. It works really good.